Okay, now we're going to talk more about this conflicting viewpoint section. So this is going to be one of your 6 passages. The reason you only have one is because this is the most challenging type. So, excuse me. What this will typically look like is you're going to have multiple theses or hypotheses about a particular phenomenon. So different scientists are going to have different theories. You'll have some sort of intro passage giving you the background information that you need and some definitions of some key terms. And then you're going to have the individually labeled viewpoints with 1 to 2 paragraphs to explain the phenomenon. You want to be able to identify the central claims and implications of each view. So really having grasped what each scientist is saying and what that means about the phenomenon that's being described. So some things you're going to want to evaluate is, again, find that basic information and key assumptions in those different theories. Figure out the strengths and the weaknesses of the theories. Look for similarities and differences. Determine which of the theories are supported or weakened by new information. A question might say, a third scientist has proved that this happens. What does that do to the theories that you now see? And you're going to want to determine which hypothesis, prediction, or conclusion is consistent or inconsistent with another information in the passage. So really know what those inferences that are being made are and see if they still match up. So these are always easier to see through example. So here are my 2 proposals. I see that several plans have been proposed to get rid of space debris. So that's what we're looking at, space debris. Proposal 1 says capture mechanisms such as nets, harpoons, and robotic arms can be used to pick up uncooperative debris that threaten other spacecrafts in orbit. Orbiting at an altitude between 800 and 1,000 kilometers, large satellite hunters would use their own propulsions to steer clear into the atmosphere to steer the catch into the atmosphere where it would burn up. So I'm just in my head, I'm like, okay, proposal 1 has to do with like pushing the debris into the atmosphere and burning it up. Proposal 2 says electrodynamic tethers, which generate magnetic drag, can be used to slow down the speed of space debris so that it falls closer to Earth and then burns it up. Since the tethers generate thrust from the interaction with the Earth's electromagnetic field, they do not need an additional power source. So what I'm seeing similar is that both of these want to burn space debris in Earth's atmosphere. I see the difference is that the first one talks about these capture mechanisms and the second talks about something called electrodynamic tethers. Now, again, I don't have a lot of background information on what capture mechanisms or electrodynamic tethers are, but I'm hoping that's not going to prevent me from being able to answer questions. So looking at the question, it says, which proposal, if any, would align with the claim that space debris falling out of Earth's orbit down to Earth will burn up? So both of these talk about burning stuff up on Earth. So even though I know nothing about the ins and outs of space travel, I do know that both proposal 1 and 2 align with the claim that we can burn up space debris in Earth's orbit.